So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the open service on the SNUI. My name is Cathy Tsoukalas, and I will be the chairperson for tonight's service. Our medium for this divine service, and we are very blessed this evening, is Mavis Patilla, and Mavis is an officiant and a certificate holder of the Spiritualist National Union. She is also a very world-renowned and very well-loved medium who I'm sure most of you have heard of. So thank you, Mavis, for joining us this evening and sharing your mediumship with us. So let us begin this service by saying the 7 principles which were given to us via the mediumship of Emma Hardinge Britton. Those of you who know the principles and would like to join in, please do join me in saying now. The 7 principles are the fatherhood of God, the brotherhood of man, the communion of spirits and the ministry of angels, the continuous existence of the human soul, personal responsibility, compensation and retribution hereafter for all the good and evil deeds done on earth, eternal progress open to every human soul. I would now like to invite Mavis into the room to give us the opening prayer.
Great Spirit, in whom we live and move and have our being, thankful are we for the opportunity to unite our souls in a oneness of love, the love that streams directly from thy source. We are aware, moving together, that you are within all that lives, for you are all that lives. We come together this night to dwell in the harmony of thy peace and thy grace. We come with gratitude in our hearts and in our minds, the gratitude that thou reside deep within our being and moves us along this journey. Great Spirit, we endeavor to follow in the footsteps of thy thought and thy grace, moving forward to bring peace upon earth, goodwill towards man. And we ask only that thou shalt know that we are in truth content to be in thy loving grace, knowing full well that we receive from thee all that is necessary for this journey that we are taking. May we leave ourselves, this service, and the whole of this thy planet in your care and in your keeping, now and always. Amen.
Thank you, Mavis, for that beautiful opening prayer. I would now like to invite Mavis into the room to share her philosophy with us.
Hi, Cathy. Good evening, and good evening to anybody from the SNUI. It's very nice to be here, and thank you very much for inviting me. The reading I've chosen to read to you tonight is the theme from Time. It was a musical in the 1980s. It wasn't very successful, but this particular piece of work actually, as it will travel, it's timeless. And it's called The Theme from Time. Stand before me on the sign of infinity, all you of the earth. With the granting of the law of provenation comes the application of change. I will give you the key. And with this knowledge, please realize comes the responsibility of sharing it. I will show you the way. Throughout the universe, there is order in the movement of the planets, in nature, and in the functioning of the human mind. A mind that is in its natural state of order is in harmony with the universe, and such a mind is timeless. Your life is an expression of your mind. You are the creator of your own universe. For as a human being, you are free to will whatever state of being you desire through the use of your thoughts and words. Ah, there is great power there. It can be a blessing or a curse. It's entirely up to you. For the quality of your life is brought about by the quality of your thinking. Think about that. Thoughts produce action. Look at what you are thinking. See the pettiness, the envy, the greed, and the fear, and all the other attitudes that cause you pain and discomfort. Realize that the one thing you have absolute control over is your attitude. See the effect it has on those around you, for each life is linked to all life. And your words carry with them a chain reaction, like a stone that is thrown into a pond. If your thinking is in order, your words will flow directly from the heart, creating ripples of love. If you truly want to change your world, my friend, you must change your thinking. Reason is your greatest tool. It creates an atmosphere of understanding which leads to caring, which is love. Choose your words with care. Go forth with love. I think that's particularly important to you and I at this time, whilst this awful virus is raging across this planet of ours, that if we're not careful and we lose the truth that this shall pass and we can be strong and we can overcome and we can carry on, then if we lose that, then we will become isolated and insular, and we will have fear and we will have anxiety. So how can you and I deal with this as we walk across this planet? Every time we turn the television on, the news is horrendous. It's not something we want to be listening to. And yet, when we listen to the news and the negativity that's there, what can we do, you and I? Well, we can give our thoughts in a different way. We can go through that list, the list of the people that have cared for every one of us whilst this virus has been raging. We can think about the doctors and the nurses. We can think about the carers. We can think about the ordinary man and woman who actually turns up for work every day, knowing that there is possibly a threat there, but carry on, going forward. What have they got? Could it possibly be that they've got the power of the human spirit and that they can believe in this God source that actually resides deep within our being, and that in thinking positively about this and blessing all that there is to bless, and there is so much that we can say thank you for. And as we go forward into the new year, then we can go perhaps thinking different thoughts, going forward in a different way, doing things a little bit different, helping the world to come back to its rightful state. But what is its rightful state? It has to be that belief in the God source, the belief in the ministry of angels. It has to be that. The God source first, the ministry of angels coming forward, and all the droplets of God that the Spirit will send down to us. All those lovely touches that can give us confidence and can change us from being negative people into being positive people. For many of you, of course, you may be dwelling alone, or like myself, not able to have the family for Christmas as we normally would. But hold on, what have we got instead? We've got the computer, we've got the Zoom, we've got the telephone, we've got all kinds of ways to actually still keep communication going across the earth. So that has to be a plus. And you know, this idea of us being able to demonstrate and pray together and dwell together and to send healing together, no matter which country you come from, we're here, we're in the now, and our souls have joined forces to give that expression of confidence. So it is true that the law should be, our law should be, that we will move through this and we will once more stand in the sunshine, and we will once more be able to meet our family and our friends again, keeping that positive awareness for the life that's in front of us. And isn't that what we do as mediums, speakers and healers, and those people that are in the background that we never see on screen, we never hear them demonstrating, but they are, if you like, the ones that keep everything moving and growing and going forward. And we're all so interlinked, aren't we, together? And when we think about mediumship and we think about healing and we think about inspirational speaking, oh my goodness gracious me, we know that God lives. God lives. God is real. And I know God is real. And how do I know God is real? Is because I can feel the blessing of His love, the blessing of the love of my family, and the blessing of the ministry of angels with communication. And again, isn't that wonderful? That this great intelligence, this supreme intelligence that we talk about, that really keeps the whole planetary system moving on its axle, isn't it amazing that that spark of deity can be seen expressing itself as we go through life with you, with me, with us being one, at one with the soul, at one with the Great Spirit. The 7 principles talk about personal responsibility, and of course that reading is about personal responsibility. It's about us taking the very, very best, the very essence of our belief and getting it so strong within us that no negativity can actually infiltrate and bring us down, so that we move away from this very, very strong belief system that we have. Yes, life continues after death. The ministry of angels, yes, they're there. Yes, family. Yes, friends. Yes, spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Yes, what a way to believe. So for you and I, as we go forward into the new year, I wonder if you're going to make New Year resolutions or affirmations, because of course this is the time when we can reflect on the year that's gone, and perhaps we can see where we didn't love enough, or we didn't give enough, or we were a little bit anxious, we were a bit jealous of someone. Perhaps somewhere in the past year you can find that link of negativity that this wonderful poem talks about. And as you look at it, you can then go back, can't you, and look and see how many times you have dropped a pebble into the pond of humanity and have served them. No matter how you may have served them, it doesn't really matter. But it is about service. So for you and I, the ministry of angels, personal responsibility is so important. And that is linked to that poem, talking about us being personally responsible to keep that belief that we have in the God source, and the belief that we have in the ministry of angels, and the belief that we have that this too shall pass. And if only that affirmation goes forward into your new year, it will have brought a change into your thinking. And when we look at that, that's what it's all about. I have a lovely saying, you know, my soul and I, because I know sometimes my conscious mind runs away with me and it goes into a negative direction, and then suddenly I become quiet and my soul rises and I listen to the peace and the love that pours out from my soul, pouring out from the God source, filling me. I hope that that is the same for you, because that's what it's all about, this life. This life is about a journey of experience, a journey of change, a journey of always taking part in life itself. So I wonder how many pebbles you've dropped into the pond of life. And I wonder what your affirmation will be for the future year. I wonder if it'll just be, I will let the power of my human spirit be seen on earth, that all who see will feel the love of the great spirit that is known as God. I wish you well for the new year. I wish you peace. But when I wish you peace, I wish you progress. For we are all progressing on this journey of earthly life. And as we progress here, one day we will reach another world and we'll have another life, and we'll still be on the journey of progression. And if we can have taken with us optimism, positivity, a wealth of caring and a wealth of loving, then who knows, we will all of us feel the joy once more upon planet Earth. And this virus will have faded into the mist of the year, and we will all believe in the God source as we go forward. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mavis, for sharing your beautiful philosophy with us. That was absolutely wonderful. Mavis, if I could now invite you to give us the closing prayer.
Great Spirit, thankful are we for the opportunity to once more bear witness to everlasting life, that love like life can never die. Thankful are we. Thankful are we for souls who can gather together to create a power, and may we walk forward with this power into the coming year, knowing full well that our belief, our strength and our hope resides within thee. Amen.
Thank you, Mavis, for this beautiful closing prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us, and a special thank you to Mavis for joining us this evening. That was absolutely wonderful, so thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So on behalf of the SNUI, Mavis and myself, we wish you a wonderful evening or day and look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Good night.